Hey guys, in today's video, I want to show you a few different ways to unhide columns in Excel. Let's start with the most simple way. As you can see, column F is hidden here as the column headers go from E, skipping F and then to G. When you highlight columns E and G, you will notice that the mouse cursor changes when you place it where the hidden column F is supposed to be, in between the visible columns E and G. It looks like two parallel lines with arrows opening them outwards. Once your cursor changes when you have it placed where the hidden column header should be, double-click and the column should be unhidden. As you can see, column F is now visible. Double-clicking isn't for everyone. Here's how I typically unhide columns by right-clicking. Select the two columns that are to the left and right of the hidden column. To select a column, you need to position your mouse cursor at the top of the column, where the letters are. The cursor changes to a downward-pointing arrow, and to select the column, you just need to left-click. Then, right-click the column letter of any of the selected columns and click on Unhide. I like this method because it is precise and fuss-free. Let's now look at how to unhide multiple columns at the same time. Here, we have columns F and H hidden. As with unhiding single columns, to unhide multiple columns at the same time, select the visible columns to the left and right of the hidden columns. In this case, from columns E to I. Then, right-click on any of the selected columns letter at the top and click Unhide. And as you can see, multiple hidden columns that were in the selected range have been unhidden. Another common scenario is having a very wide spreadsheet and you don't know where all the hidden columns are. Here's how to unhide all the columns in a spreadsheet. First, select all the columns in the spreadsheet by clicking on that triangle icon to the left of column A. Then, right-click on any column letter at the top and then click on Unhide. And with that, all hidden columns in the worksheet have now been unhidden. You can also use the keyboard to unhide columns in Excel. In this example, column E is hidden, so we select the columns to the left and right of it, columns D and F. Then press Alt+H, +O, +U, +L. This navigates through the Home tab to format, then to hide and unhide, and finally, unhide columns. And there you have it. Just as with right-clicking with a mouse, you can unhide columns in Excel with a few keyboard hotkeys. Finally, I want to show you how to unhide columns in Excel using VBA. Remember that for this, your workbook needs to be a macro-enabled workbook. Go to the Developer tab and then open up the Visual Basic Editor. Then, insert a module and let's create a new subroutine. We'll call it Unhide All Columns. First thing we do is turn off screen updating so that everything runs smoother. Then, we're going to select all columns and unhide them. First, we need to do columns.select. Then we need to set the property of entire column.hidden to false. Let's return to cell A1. And set the screen updating back to true. Save the macro and let's return to the Excel worksheet to test it out. Let's hide a column, any one will do. Then, let's test out our macro by heading to the Developer tab and then click on Macros and then run our Unhide All Columns macro. As you can see, the hidden column is now unhidden. Let's try the macro again with multiple hidden columns in the sheet. Run the Unhide All Columns macro by going to Macros in the Developer tab. And as you can see, the multiple hidden columns are now unhidden. Hope you guys found this useful, and I hope you will consider liking and subscribing for more how-to videos.